Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Southeast Louisiana. I'm Reverend Larrye-Marie Heil, the spiritual director here. And we are a group of radically inclusive spiritual renegades, healing hearts and creating community, and each embracing conscious spiritual living. We're continuing this week with our October series, Fall into the All. And our message today, in keeping with the fact that Halloween is tomorrow, is Beneath the Mask. And it's about learning to notice the ways in which we hide our true selves from other people. Those masks that we wear that supposedly keep us safe from judgment or criticism. And in reality, hide our own greatness and keep our light from shining brightly. Let's begin with prayer. We take a deep, nourishing, collective breath, and we settle in ourselves to that place where we know the essence of love exists, that divine being that we are, the freedom and the love and the joy and the happiness and the safety that God is, and we know its essence in us. All that God is right within us. And what I know to be the truth is that each of us has come here today to hear something to expand our spiritual territory. That message might come through the music or through the message. It could possibly be a reading, a quote, a combination of all of those things. But the truth is that we are here by divine appointment to learn something that our soul is seeking. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful for this opportunity to spend time with you, to share this Beneath the Mask message, and to know the truth that we are all golden beings, essence of divine love, walking this planet together. So I am so grateful. I'm grateful, and I release these words knowing that they've already been called good, knowing that the divine has already said yes to all of this. So I can just say amen, and we can affirm it together. And so it is. And to freely fall into the all, we embrace a life in which we release our mask and dare to be who we truly are 24/7, letting our light shine and brighten the darkness. And what a blessing it is to feel free to be who we are. This amazing opening song by Karen Drucker is all about that message. Sing along. It's called I Am Blessed.
Good morning, CSL, Southeast Louisiana. Karen Drucker coming to you this morning. I've got a song I want you to sing with me, okay? This is the Magic Wand sing you could sing. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Isn't that great to say every morning? Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. That's the whole thing. So let me sing it again. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Okay, now sing with me. Let me hear you. Here we go. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Next part goes like this. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. Sing with me now. I am blessed. I am top now. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. And so it is.
So this is our time for celebration and healing. Our time in our service where we celebrate life and we pray for people who desire prayer. We begin with celebration, so I invite you to say aloud, so that the whole universe can hear it, any event in your life for which you're grateful and joyful this week. And now we turn to the healing portion of our service. We're a community steeped in healing. So we pause now to pray for anyone who's not feeling the joy of life that we perhaps were just feeling. They're not feeling maybe that they have things to celebrate. And I truly love this part of our service because it's so in alignment with who we are. So let's pray. God is all there is. God is that love and that peace and ease and grace and freedom and so much more. And as an individual expression of the divine, each of us have within us all of these qualities of spirit. They're available to us right here and right now. And what I know to be the truth is that there are people on this planet right now that aren't embracing those qualities. So we stop for a moment and we create a circle of love. And in this community, we place in that circle of love anyone that we recognize within ourselves or for someone else that might need prayer. So I'm going to pause and I just invite you to say aloud the names of all of those people that you want to include in our circle of love. I know that God is right where each of us happens to be, right here and right now, moving in, through, and as each of us. And I know that the divine has heard every name that we spoke, either in our hearts or aloud. And what I'd like you to do now is pause again, and from your heart to all of theirs, just send out love, knowing that the divine knows exactly how to distribute it. And what I know to be the truth is that anything that needs to be released within each of these people is being released now, be it disease of the mind, of the body, of the soul. I know that anything that's seeking to come forth and be lifted up can be lifted up. And that this release and this lifting up is healing whatever's called to be healed. I know that each of these people is feeling more deeply their connection with the divine right now. I have evidence of that, and I know it to be the truth for everyone that we place in our circle. So I'm so grateful to know that the God without is the God within me. The God without is the God within every person in our circle, every person in this community, and every person on this planet. And I'm grateful for that power of community prayer and what it means to the uplifting of the people on this planet. So it's from all that gratitude that I release this prayer into the law of mind, spirit, and action, because I know that the divine, in all of its wisdom, has already called all of this good. Any heavy lifting that needs to be done to heal whatever needs to be healed, the divine has already taken care of. So I can just know it's already done, say amen, and together we can affirm it. And so it is. I invite you to join me for our community affirmation. My life's purpose is already within me, and I am committed to its unfoldment. I am here by divine appointment to join in a community that cares for one another, to be in a place that transforms people's lives, to remember the highest truth about myself, to learn spiritual tools for personal transformation, and thus to make the world a more joyful place. So this is our time for meditation. And I invite you to release the past for the next few minutes, to forget about the future, and just to be in this time right here, right now. We have a beautiful song from Karen Drucker called Listen. And when she invites you to listen with your heart, I would like you to notice the real you within, all of who you are. Empty yourself and open up to listening to the divine speak to you of all of who you are and all you might be. Enjoy the meditation.
So here's our meditation song this morning off my brand new album, actually. Written with wonderful singer-songwriter Jan Garrett. So I invite you to just take a deep breath and sing with me these words. No push, no pull. I am empty and full. I breathe and receive and listen. No push, no pull. I am empty and full. I breathe and receive and listen. So that's the whole thing right there. Again, no push, no pull. I am empty and full. I breathe and receive and listen and listen, listen, listen. Do it again. No push, no pull. I am empty and full. I breathe and receive and listen, listen, listen. Say it again. No push, no pull, empty. I am empty and full. I breathe and receive and listen, listen, listen. Listen to your heart now. All right, let me teach you another verse here. No, I trust. Let go. I surrender and know. My heart is open to listen. Let's do that one again. I trust, let go. I trust, let go, surrender and know. I surrender and know. My heart is open. My heart is open to listen, to listen. All right, let's go back to the beginning part. No push, no pull. No push, no pull. I am empty and full. I breathe and receive and listen. Just that line. Listen. I listen. I listen. I listen. I listen.
That was really fabulous to just sit in that moment of listening and listening to our heart, wasn't it?
My name is Judy, and our reading today is a poem by an unknown author called The Mask I Wear. Don't be fooled by me. Don't be fooled by the face I wear, for I wear a mask. I wear 1,000 masks, masks that I'm afraid to take off, and none of them are me. Pretending is an art that's second nature with me, but don't be fooled. For God's sake, don't be fooled. I give you the impression that I'm secure, that all is sunny and unruffled with me, within as well as without, that confidence is my name and coolness my game, that the water's calm and I'm in command, and that I need no one. But don't believe me, please. My surface may be smooth, but my surface is my mask, my ever-varying and ever-concealing mask. Beneath lies no smugness, no complacence. Beneath dwells the real me in confusion, in fear, in aloneness. But I hide this. I don't want anybody to know it. I panic at the thought of my weaknesses and fear exposing them. That's why I frantically create my mask to hide behind them. But I don't tell you this. I don't dare. I'm afraid to. I'm afraid you'll think less of me, that you'll laugh and your laugh would kill me. I'm afraid that deep down I'm nothing, that I'm just no good, and you will see this and reject me. I idly chatter to you in suave tones of surface talk. I tell you everything that's nothing, and nothing of what's everything, of what's crying within me. So when I'm going through my routine, don't be fooled by me, what I'm saying. Please listen carefully and try to hear what I'm not saying. Hear what I'd like to say, but what I cannot say. It will not be easy for you. Long felt inadequacies make my defenses strong. The nearer you approach me, the blinder I may strike back. Despite what books say of men, I am irrational. I fight against the very thing that I cry out for. You wonder who I am? You shouldn't, for I am every man and every woman who wears a mask. Don't be fooled by me, at least not by the face I wear.
When we hide beneath masks, we censor who we are, and we fail to trust that who we were born to be is magnificent. This song is about lifting those barriers and trusting our hearts. And I love the message that Karen Drucker gives us in this song. It's called To Be Here. I invite you to sing along.
Yes, what we have to go through in our lives to get to a point of saying, I'm here, I'm worthy. I wrote this song with Gary Lynn Floyd, brand new song for you. I trust that I got this. I know that I know I've got all that I need, so it's time to let it go. I'm through with complaining and living life small. Give me every emotion, I want to feel them all. I've spent too much time censoring who I am. I am open, I am willing, I am feeling free and clear. Finally, I'm seeing I am worthy to be here. I am here. I am here to be here. And I am present. I let it all be. I have uncovered the truth about me. The veil has been lifted that always kept me apart. No longer hiding, I'm ready to start. I step into my power and trust my heart. I am open, I am willing, I am feeling free and clear. Finally, I'm seeing I am worthy to be here. I am here. I am here to be here. No place I would rather be. It's time I let the whole world see. This brilliant light that shines through me is who I am, who I really am. And I am ready, I am moving, I let go of all my fear. Finally, I know I am enough. I am open, I am willing, I am feeling free and clear. Finally, I'm seeing I am worthy to be here. To be here. I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here to be here. To be here. Right now. I am here. I'm ready to be here. I'm here. I am here to be here. To be here. I am open. I am willing. I am feeling free and clear. I am open. I am here. Ready. The veil has been lifted. I'm here. I am here to shine my light. To be here. No longer hiding. I am here to be here.
Hello. We're continuing with our October series, Fall into the All, learning how to truly relax into the arms of the divine and be renewed. And our message today is beneath the mask. Regardless of whom we are, at different times in our lives, we all wear a mask. What's a mask? Generally speaking, it's a covering for the part of the face or for all of the face. And it's typically worn to conceal a person's identity. It might be grotesque or humorous. It might be worn at a carnival, at masquerades, even at Mardi Gras. Anything that disguises or conceals is a mask. And I'm sure that my mask didn't disguise or conceal who I was. And I'd like to thank our reader, Judy Johnson, and our wonderful music that we have today by Karen Drucker, as well as our CSL music team that always provides great music. And this week, to fall into the all, to truly relax in the arms of the divine, we might pay more attention to any of the masks that we wear, especially those ones that aren't quite as obvious as the one I was wearing. So your question for the week is this: what is the one choice that you can make today to release the mask you wear, to step fully into being your true self, and to know your light creates miracles? One more time. What is the one choice that you can make today to release the mask you wear, to step fully into being your true self, and to know your light creates miracles? What if I asked you right now, how are you? I'm your minister, so you most likely would give me the truth. And perhaps for some of you that don't know me well enough, you might not tell the whole truth. You might say fine when you realize that inside of you, you're not fine because you're worried about work or your children or your parents or some other thing. It's a small mask, and yet it's a mask. A person might be hurting badly and conceal it with a great big smile. Another mask. Psychologists tell us that if a person tells you several times during a conversation that they're not lying, it typically means they are lying. Yet another mask. Lots of people have different masks for different days, and perhaps for different occasions. Some we wear at work, others at home, others at social events. Masks allow us to assume a different persona, and that persona hides our true self. And with technology providing us with all these virtual masks, we can now hide behind usernames, passwords, blogs, and Twitter handles. Halloween's only a day away, so it's a good time to embrace wearing costumes and masks. So before I get into the more serious part of today's topic, how about a few Halloween jokes? So a man was talking to his friend and he said, "I've never been so insulted in my life. I went to a Halloween party last night, and at midnight they asked me to take off my mask." And his friend looked a little puzzled and he said, "Well, that's pretty typical. Why are you so angry?" The man said, "I wasn't wearing a mask." Where do vampires invest their money? In cryptocurrency. Did you hear about the skeletons that were famous? They used to be somebody. Knock, knock. Who's there? Boo. Boo-hoo. Don't cry. Your parents didn't eat all the candy. Why do werewolves never know the time? Because they're not werewolves. What do witches get when their shoes are too tight? Candy corns. Why did the ghost cross the road? Because it was a poultrygeist. Why did the raccoon take off his mask? Because he was playing possum. Why didn't the skeleton cross the road? It didn't have the guts. Where do zombies host their websites? On the World Wide Walking Dead. Okay, admittedly, some of those were real groaners. So back to our topic, beneath the mask. Presenting a certain face to the world is something that most people are very familiar with. It's a very common behavior, something we all do once in a while. You have a day when you're feeling a bit off color, and yet if people ask you how you're doing, you say you're fine because you don't want to burden them with how you're feeling. And you might even give them a great big smile. Beneath the mask of sounding positive, you're keeping your true feelings to yourself. We wear masks for a lot of reasons. For fun, for protection, to make a statement. The masked bandit, for example, obscures his face because it protects him from retaliation, and at the same time probably invokes fear and uncertainty in the people that he's robbing. Donning the mask of a cultural or political or even a religious figure can lend that person power and sometimes further his legacy. Those who wear masks to protect their faces from environmental hazards may end up sending a message of caution or even invoke fear in outside observers. I suspect when COVID started and was new to us that the masks were a constant reminder of health hazards. In many cases, though, masks play a more lighthearted role. They allow the wearer to take part in a festival or become someone they're not, even for a short period of time. Halloween, for example. The kids love to dress up, almost as much as getting those candy treats. In reality, we can probably categorize the type of mask that people wear into two broad categories. Those meant to be deceitful, because they're actually hiding lies and essentially projecting a false image, most typically to deceive someone or sometimes to get approval. And those that are meant as a courteous move. For example, when we say that we're doing great because we don't want to burden our friends with our woes and the problems that we're having for that day. So, there's a great quote by Jeanette Winderson. Don't you, when strangers and friends come to call, straighten the cushions, clean the dishes, kick the books under the bed, and put away the letter you were writing? How many of us want any of us to see us as we really are? Isn't the mirror hostile enough? True. Sometimes that mirror is very hostile, and especially the mirror of our minds. The different masks that people wear in the course of a day act as a social disguise and can help people get through a variety of different situations. As I said earlier, the reasons behind the mask can be both positive and negative. Sometimes we wear masks to be liked, to gain social acceptance, to hide vulnerability, to hide fear or the truth or anger or sadness or depression or pain. And sometimes we wear them to even hide excitement and happiness. Some wear masks to deceive and manipulate. And sometimes it's easier to wear a mask and take it off, depending upon who we're with. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to have a fixed smile? It conceals their true emotions and their feelings. So it's important that we have self-awareness about the different masks that we wear and the reasons behind we're wearing them. If you're the type of person that has a self-image issue or self-esteem, perhaps you don't like your weight or you're unhappy about something, it might seem natural to show a different face to the world. However, I might suggest that it's far superior to do something about that underlying feeling of self-esteem or a self-image issue. If you're feeling inadequate about yourself in any way, it's better to be aware and to try to do something about it. What's most important is to be aware of why you're using masks. In Words That Heal, Ernest Holmes wrote, "It's when the self goes with the gift that it becomes an offering of love." How can any gift be an offering of love if we're wearing masks? And by the way, wearing a mask can get pretty tiresome. It's a very tiring approach to life. Sometimes I think we should do more of what Karen was singing about right before the message in her song, "To Be Here." She gave us great advice. Uncover the truth about who you are. Let the barrier be lifted that always keeps you apart. Quit your hiding and be ready to start to step into your power and trust your heart. Nathaniel Hawthorne, in the Scarlet Letter, wrote this: "No man, for any considerable period, can wear one face to himself and another to the multitude, without finally getting bewildered as to which may be the true." Listen to that again. No man, for any considerable period, can wear one face to himself and another to the multitude without finally getting bewildered as to which may be the true. Even the Bible in Luke 12:2-3 has us quoting Jesus telling his disciples, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever you have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which you have spoken in the ear of closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." We can try hiding behind masks, but what Jesus is telling us is that it doesn't work. Eventually, the truth prevails. Have you ever seen a friend of yours do something that really shocked you at the very core of your being? Something that made you perhaps even think, "I thought I knew him or her better than that." What happens when we discover what lies beneath the mask that our friends and families have been wearing in front of us? Do we blame the people wearing the mask? Even in our philosophy of no blame, I suspect that we might want to point a finger at society that defines how we are supposed to act, and thus seems to make masks necessary sometimes. Or perhaps it seems easier to dislike people who put up a show about liking us while they're talking about us behind our back. And what about those spouses who wake up every morning, wipe the tears from their eyes, and smile to the world, telling everybody that everything is all right? Hey, I've been that spouse. No longer, though. I've learned it's just not worth trying to continually put up a mask and pretend. It's far better to just let the real me hang out. And what I've learned in my many years of life is when I wear a mask, it's myself I must look at for not having the strength to show others who I truly am. Perhaps because I was feeling I might be judged or ridiculed or ostracized. Whatever the reason, think about all the masks that we encounter every day. That young girl who wants to stay thin and will use whatever means to be accepted. The married couple who fight at home, but when they're out in public, it's nothing but sweet music. And the hundreds of people who declare to be fine, when in fact, the word fine is a mask for being in a state of total misery. Richard Bach wrote, "The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves. We live in denial of what we do, even what we think. We do this because we're afraid, we fear we will not find love. And when we find it, we fear we'll lose it. We fear that if we do not have love, we will be unhappy. Society defines rules and we develop masks for how to deal with them. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, ask yourself, are you going to meet the world wearing the mask of a person you're not? Oh, and by the way, if you're telling yourself that you're not wearing a mask right now and that you aren't a person that actually wears mask, I suggest you ask yourself this question. Could it be perhaps the mask is so stuck to who I think I am that I don't even know it's there? Could it be perhaps the mask is so stuck to who I think I am that I don't even know it's there? There are so many masks. There's a cryptic list available out on the website, which includes, among others, the mask of the drama king or queen, the guru know-it-all, the pretty dunce, and the politically correct. It's actually a list of 20 different types of masks. It includes the gentle woman, for those of us who up until now have thought of ourselves as a gentle woman. Newsflash, every woman has a bitch streak. Ask my friends, back me up in a corner over an issue which I feel is connected to my integrity, and my Leo claws come out. Truly, most people wear a mask and are putting up a facade of pretense at least some of the time. Perhaps it's time that you determine who you really are. Yes, each of us. Our facade speaks to whatever it is that we're trying to hide. In 1957, an entire monastery in Thailand was being relocated by a group of monks. And on the day that they were to move the giant clay Buddha, they realized it weighed a lot. And it was not a task for a few monks. And in examining the situation, one of the monks noticed a large crack in the clay. On closer investigation, he saw that there was a golden light emanating from that crack. So he used a hammer and a chisel, and he chipped away at the exterior until he revealed the statue that was, in fact, made of solid gold. And by the way, we now know it weighs 121 tons. There's a bit of background for this story. In the 18th century, the Burmese were notorious for melting the gold of nations that they conquered. And in 1767, during the Burmese-Siamese War, the Siamese covered the golden Buddha with terracotta and colored glass to hide its true value. No one would want to steal a simple clay statue, but the world would not know about the golden Buddha hidden there for centuries, because during the attack, all of those monks were killed. So it wasn't until 190 years later that the great treasure was discovered. The people of Sukhothai had been successful in protecting the golden Buddha from outside invaders, because when the Burmese had conquered Ayutthaya, they destroyed most of the prominent temples and indeed melted much of the gold from that particular kingdom. The golden Buddha remains intact and continues to be a strong symbol today. The monks actually saved it by masking it with clay and colored glass, a full body mask, so to speak. Sometimes we get disconnected from who we are. We cover ourselves with so many masks that they form a shell around us, much like the clay around the golden Buddha. And we can get lost in all of those masks. Over the course of our life, our golden self gets covered in layer upon layer of clay. And the heaviest layer of clay is of our own choosing. It's our own limiting self-beliefs, that person in us that forgets our dreams and forgets our potential. It's those masks we wear when we pretend we're someone we're not. Sure, some of the layers of clay are added by external conditioning, by our parents, by our schools and our teachers, by bosses and co-workers, by society, by the media, churches, government, corporations, all kinds of those exterior conditioners. Eventually, though, we become so laden with all of that clay that we forget that the golden self is there right beneath. The key is to remember all along the gold is there. Our light is shining, if even through a small crack. The light of the divine that lives within us is always there and way closer than we think. What might it take for you to chip away at your mask and unveil the golden you? The secret to that question is actually looking at your past. Quite often something occurs in our life, perhaps a loss, a tragedy of some sort. Sometimes we realize life is short and we begin chipping away at the clay to rediscover those things that we were once passionate about and we let go of because of that tragedy or because of some shift in our life. And then we reconnect with our real self, our essence of love and light. Or sometimes we just notice that we're discontent and perhaps we seek out a trusted practitioner, our minister, or a therapist so that we can reconnect with the things that can propel us forward to living a life that's full of joy and love. Imagine a world where every person returned to their natural state, their golden Buddha self. Just imagine if everyone chipped away all of their full body mask and quit all of those things that we've layered ourselves in and became our true selves. May Sarton wrote, "We have to dare to be ourselves, however frightening or strange that self may prove to be." And one way to lessen the fear and the strangeness is to laugh at ourselves. The song that Karen is singing for the offertory today reminds us to just let go and something better might appear. And who knows what would happen if we use joy to replace fear. In the song, Karen challenges us to dare to be like a shooting star, unstoppable and free. Albert Schweitzer advises this: impart as much as you can of your spiritual being to those who are on the road with you, and accept as something precious what comes back to you from them. And by the way, don't try to wear other people's masks. You don't know what their pain is or who they're trying to impress. And you don't know which face they have on. What if we just kept learning and kept improving and remembered that nothing we are today came to us in one day, and nothing we've learned on this earth came to us from birth? Because from birth, who we are is divine beings. Let's just embrace our golden selves. I read somewhere that when we're born, we're actually born with two fears. One is the fear of falling, and the other is the fear of loud bangs. Every other fear we picked up along the way. Everything has been learned and progressed over time. We are who we were made. And every person was made as a divine being. So enjoy the person you were made to be, regardless of who is watching. In July of 2001, the Science of Mind magazine wrote these words: God is a divine presence in our heart, enabling us to think and know and will and do and recognize each other in God, to behold in each other the living presence. Imagine if each of us decided to behold in each other the living presence. What if you were to ask yourself, what is one thing I might do today to live without any mask? Or perhaps, what might I need to change about myself to drop my mask and let my light shine brighter? I invite you to ask those questions, but remember that they're gentle and loving questions. Some days might be better than others. And heed this advice from Reverend Michael Beckwith. People who have no vision for their life are sleepwalking without a hint as to why they are here or what their purpose is. So I invite you to wake up to your own magnificence, to that glorious golden self. Drop the mask and be you. And so in summary, how much you learn to come out from beneath the mask so you can truly fall into the all. Notice the mask you wear. Become aware of any mask and recognize your own social disguises. Know that truth prevails. The masks are eventually going to fall away. Avoid lying to yourself and don't deny who you are. Chip away those layers of clay and get to your golden self. And step fully into being your true self, that divine being. Nothing we are today came to us in one day, and nothing we learned on earth came to us from birth. So here's your affirmation for the week. How is it I so easily and willingly make the choice today to release the mask I wear, to step fully into being my true self, and to know my light creates miracles. And your challenge for the week is to come out from beneath those masks. Observe yourself this week and notice the mask you're wearing. Notice those little white lies that you might be telling about who you are because you're wearing a mask. See if they fit. And if the mask doesn't fit, let it go. And check in with yourself a couple times every day. Notice how you're doing. Notice if there's any fear within you about being your own golden self, and if you're hiding yourself behind a mask. Let's pray. Just taking a deep, nourishing breath. Allowing that divine self, that golden self that is you, to just shine brightly. Moving into yourself where you know the essence of the divine that is right where you are. Before you, behind you, above you, below you, through you, as you, in you. All that God is emanating from you. And what I know is that each of us is becoming more aware of how we mask our true feelings, of how we sometimes are not our authentic selves. And we are becoming aware of that and chipping those masks away so that our true golden self can shine forth in this world. So I am grateful. I'm grateful that I know the God without is the God within me. I'm grateful that I know that I can tap into that divine essence at any time and know that what truly matters is love, and I can spread love. So it's from the gratitude that I just release these words into the law of mind, spirit, and action, knowing that the divine has already said yes, knowing that everything we've requested has already been answered and done. So I just say amen, and we can affirm it together. And so it is. And I'm happy to say that we're still looking for the absolute right computer. So I appreciate your donations and the money that's been coming in that's going to help us pay for that computer. And thank you so much for your financial support, for your emotional support, for all the little notes that come through. They make such a difference in my life and in the life of this community, that we can share the essence of who we are, the real truth, our golden selves. So thanks again for your donations. Enjoy our offertory song.
From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me, multiplied abundantly. From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
You can find all of the information for donating at our website at cslsoutheastla.org. You can use the donate button there, or you can use Zella or Venmo at 225-287-8887. You can text your amount to 1-225-320-5100, or you can mail your donation to CSL Southeast Louisiana, care of Reverend Larrye-Marie Heil, 445 Magnolia Wood Avenue, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70808. We thank you for your tithes and donations, and we appreciate the fact that you are giving gifts that are flowing out to everyone we touch. It's amazing the things that happen when we show up to life and are open to all of the miracles that are happening right before our eyes. This song by Karen Drucker actually sums up the message today in a marvelous way, and it invites us to allow joy to replace fear and to come out from beneath those masks and dare to be all we're meant to be. It's called Brave. Enjoy the message and sing along.
Here's what I've learned. To be authentically yourself is an act of bravery. I wrote this song with Claudia Carawan called Brave. If I just show up and be open to surprise, there could be miracles right before my eyes. And if I just let go, something better might appear. Who knows what will happen when joy replaces fear? When I dare to be all that I'm meant to be, like a shooting star across the sky, unstoppable and free, I shine my light, I turn darkness into light. When I dare to be brave, when I dare to be brave, and I'll trust in who I am, be bold and take a shot. Who knows what will happen when I give it all I got? And even when I'm scared, I'm gonna step into the ring. And I've got so much to offer with the gifts that I can bring. When I dare to be all that I'm meant to be, like a shooting star across the sky, unstoppable and free, I'm gonna shine my light, I'll turn darkness into light. When I dare to be brave, when I dare to be brave. Worried for so long and I've wasted so much time. Now I'm ready to take the chance and claim what is mine. What is mine? The path is free and clear. There's nothing in my way. And I listen to my heart and not what other people say. My favorite line of the whole song. I'm gonna take that leap, 'cause I've never felt so strong. I might not do it perfectly, but I'm right where I belong. When I dare to be all that I'm meant to be, like a shooting star across the sky, I'm unstoppable and free. I'm gonna shine my light, I'll turn darkness into light. When I dare to be brave, I'm gonna dare to be brave. Nothing's gonna stop me now. When I dare to be brave, be brave. Can you be brave and be all of who you are? I'm gonna be brave, be brave, be brave. Be my authentic self. Let nothing stop me. Let that veil be lifted. Let's all just be brave and be who we are. And so it is. Thanks for listening.
Next week, we begin our November series, A Grateful Heart. And the message is by that same title, A Grateful Heart. We look at the many things for which we have to be grateful and how we can make living with a grateful heart a daily practice. I hope you'll decide to join us. See you then. Thank you for joining us today. I invite you to like us on Facebook at Center for Spiritual Living, Southeast Louisiana. And please follow us on our YouTube channel at CSL SELA. And it's just about time to join in our community time, which is a live discussion that follows the service every Sunday at 11:45 a.m. You have a little bit of time to go get a cup of coffee or some tea, and then dial into our conference line. The number is 540-792-0192, and the participation code is 475220. We hope you'll join us. And so in closing, remember, Disney claims to be the happiest place on earth, but we at the Center for Spiritual Living in Southeast Louisiana know we are absolutely the most joyful. So until we meet again, may you be wrapped in the arms of love and kindness. And may you remember to step out from beneath the mask and allow yourself to soar like that shooting star, unstoppable and free. As we allow our layers of mask and clay to be chipped away and expose our golden self, we boldly follow that inner voice and are silently drawn to be all of who we are. And when we do that, what I know is that we experience a fuller life and feel very much alive.
Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive, alive forevermore. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive forevermore. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive, alive forevermore. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive forevermore. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive.